Hello everyone, thanks for tuning in to today's fourth and final video. We're going to have a look at the weather for the next 10 to 14 days for today's final video. Day 10 will take us to the 27th of September and we'll be able to extend out beyond that with the extended GFS and ECM ensembles because they run to around a couple of weeks. We'll have a look at the CFS-V2 at the end of the video for the next 4 weeks, and I shall get on that for you in a moment. Just to say that the first video today was our 6am upload. We've also released weekend forecast and the ECM WF42 day forecast as well. So please check out those two videos if you'd like to do that. Please like, share, subscribe on the videos, and we thank you so very much for doing that. I'll tell you what's happening tomorrow and also on Monday at the end of the video. So you're going to start off in the tropical Atlantic. We've got two interest areas and a tropical storm. So disturbance 1 has a 0% chance of cyclone formation in the next 2 and 5 days. You don't have to worry about that one. And disturbance 2 has a 20% chance of cyclone formation in the next 5 days. So don't really have to worry about that one too much either. Tropical Storm Fiona is currently giving maximum sustained winds of 60 miles per hour with a minimum surface pressure of 1,000 millibars, and Fiona is moving westwards at 13 miles per hour. Clicking on Fiona and going here, we can see that this is predicted to become a hurricane somewhere around the Dominican Republic by sort of late Sunday, early Monday. So current position is just here. Going to move in that direction, giving a blow to the Dominican Republic as a Category 1 hurricane and retaining Category 1 hurricane status to the east of the Bahamas as we get through to the middle of next week. That gets us to 2 a.m. on Thursday. Looks like it's going in that direction. Will that head off to Bermuda, or will it go in that direction? Could it curve and go in that direction? It looks at the moment as though the southeastern part of America is safe from this, but we should wait and see. And of course, these are still very warm waters that the Category 1 hurricane will be in all around here. You know, very, very warm waters. A lot of energy is there. You know, potential energy is there. So could that power up further from Category 1 hurricane over that wide open space of tropical Atlantic Ocean? Have to wait and see, and we'll be keeping a close eye on it, of course, over the next few days. Potential temperature is in for up to 16th anyway, so provisional to yesterday to 16th of September. We're sitting at 16.5 now, which is 3 degrees above average. Gradually this is coming down, isn't it? I reckon by the early part of next week that's going to be in the 15s. I reckon that will be somewhere around 15.9 to maybe 15.7 by the time we get through to around Tuesday. It'll then probably hold steady, and where we go beyond that will be determined by the final week of the month. Could we get that below 15 degrees, get into 14s, or will we sit somewhere in the 15s? I reckon we're going to sit somewhere in the 15s, but we should wait and see. These are the GFS upper air temperature and precipitation ensembles for the next couple of weeks. On Keswick today, so the red line is the 30-year upper air temperature average for Keswick. We're starting off below average at the moment. We will see upper air temperature ticking up a little bit for the early to middle part of next week. Then they'll lower again later on next week, and then pretty close to average as we go into the final days of the month and the beginning of October. Precipitation-wise, there will be a lot of dry weather over the next few days, but it will get more unsettled potentially through the last week of September. Temperature anomalies from the 17th to 25th September around to a little bit above average, and precipitation anomalies from the 17th to 25th September drier than normal. Latest wind flow map from earth-nullschool.net shows that high pressure is sitting over Ireland today, and we're still pulling in some pretty chilly air from the north. It was actually widespread, well, not widespread, but it was actually touches of frost around across certain northern parts of the country this morning. A little bit of ground frost, grass frost, all the way down to the Midlands where I am. There's a little bit white on the grass about 6 a.m. This morning. But, you know, touches of air frost actually across some parts of southern Scotland this morning, which is quite unusual for September. And now, by the time we get through to Tuesday, high pressure's ridging through the country. That's starting to draw up some warmer air from the south and from the southwest. Well, and that high pressure sticks around the country bed through to the second half of next week before it gradually slips away to the east and lower pressure starts to come in from off the Atlantic. So we begin to turn cooler and more showery as we get through to the end of the week and the beginning of next weekend, especially so in the northern half of the country. Icon looks like that. So you can make your own run, of course. Icon looks like that with high pressure ridging through the country again on Tuesday. And that sticks around through the middle part of next week before it slips away to the east, allowing a trough to come in from the northwest. How active this trough is remains to be seen. We'll bring some quite wet weather to the north, I think, Thursday to Friday. Going to try and push southwards. How active it is as it pushes southwards and eastwards from Friday or through Friday remains to be seen. Getting to the weekend, high pressure ridging into south, keeping things mostly dry there, but low pressure bringing more unsettled weather up to the north. GFS midnight run, again with the high pressure ridging through the country on Tuesday into Wednesday and Thursday, and then it slips away to the east with a trough coming in from the northwest. That brings showery conditions with it. There is Fiona just there. So it looks quite a powerful storm, doesn't it, moving into the North Atlantic by the time we get through to midnight on Saturday. The impact of that is, but Fiona goes up to Greenland as an area of low pressure, maintains this area of high pressure just to the west of the country. That does pull in quite a coolish sort of northwesterly wind, though, over the final weekend of September, which actually turns northerly there by day 10, which is the 27th of September. In the same range, it turns properly unsettled then. High pressure pulls away from us into the middle of the Atlantic, and we drop in this trough from the north and west, so it turns unsettled, showers or longer spells of rain with that, and it turns cooler as well as winds return back to the north once more, and that takes us then into the early part of October, which once more does look pretty cool and showery. GFS 6Z has high pressure ridging through the country on Tuesday to Wednesday. Then that gradually slips away to the east with this trough moving in from the north and west. Again, how active that trough is remains to be seen. We'll bring wet weather to the north, whether we can get rain down to the south with that. We wait and see. That's Friday next week. Beyond that, there's the remains of Fiona. Just there, looks quite powerful, doesn't it? With a trough actually sitting over France and southern England, that could bring some showery weather at the end of next week into next weekend into the south, before high pressure ridges in from the west as we get up towards day 10. In March-Any range, we start to move low pressure back in from off the Atlantic at the end of September. Now drawing up quite warm air from the south and southwest though. And then as we go into extended range, it's looking increasingly unsettled in the opening days of October with this deep area of low pressure heading our way. If you're enjoying the video, then please can you like, share, subscribe. Thank you so much, everybody, for doing that. We are on our way to 14.5k subscribers. Thank you so much to all of you for doing this. GM with high pressure once more, ridging in from off the Atlantic through the middle part of next week, and then the high pressure gradually slipping away to the east with a trough of low pressure coming in from off the Atlantic into the end of the week and the weekend. It turns increasingly cool and showery. In the extended range, a properly unsettled look with the GM as low pressure digs in from off the Atlantic, high pressure pulling away into the Atlantic. That's the kind of pattern that might get us a sub-0 sub 14 Celsius CT for September. It could do, you know, if that high pressure pulls away from us and we drop in another trough of low pressure and have another renewed bout of cool northerly winds, that might be just about enough to get the centering temperature under 15 degrees. That's why I'm very unsure still where the CT is going to land for September. And it is going to hinge very much on what happens in the final week of the month. If the GFS comes off, then we're looking at a 15-16 Celsius CT, I think. But if the GM was to verify, then I think we might get that CT under 15 degrees. ECM shows high pressure again ridging through the country on Tuesday. gradually declining through the end of the week, with the trough of low pressure coming in from the North Atlantic. Also a little bit more active, this trough at the end of the week. Might even get swept weather down into the south. And then we turn properly unsettled with the remains of Fiona repepping things up with jet stream. So there's the remains of Fiona. That is Fiona in the North Atlantic there, away from Newfoundland next Saturday. And the effect of that is to move up towards Canada and Greenland, but it sort of peps up the jet stream, I think. So it doesn't actually impact us directly, it's going up in that direction. But there's energy through here being, or there's energy coming through there, you know, from the remains of that. That sort of peps up this area of low pressure, I think. So the ECM actually turns really quite unsettled as we get through to days 9 and 10, with deep trough low pressure again dropping in from the north and west. And again, that would be the kind of thing that might get that central temperature under 15 degrees into the 14s, which will still be above average, you know, but would be more interesting in terms of coming winter updates. I shall say no more than that. So we just wait and see where this final week of September is going, I think. Precipitation-wise, we look like this. So showers in the northeast and run down the east coast. Today, there's going to be a lot of dry over the next few days, but not completely dry. Although high pressure in control, we talk about this in weekend forecast. Although high pressure will be in control over the coming week, there will be, especially early on, like a weather front that's a bit stuck within that area. High pressure could bring lots of cloud and little bits and pieces of rain with it. By the end of the week, high pressure is declining and we're bringing wet weather down across the country on weather front. And then in the extreme range, it turns properly unsettled. Look at all this rain piling in from off the Atlantic around days 9 and 10. These are the options on the table within the ECM ensembles today for day 10, which gets us to the 27th of September. From the Icelandic Met Office, 13 members of the ECM ensembles with high pressure out to our west, low pressure is to the east, and so that brings wind in from a cool northerly direction, kind of similar to the pattern we've got at the moment, really. 10 with high pressure again to our west and southwest, low pressure to our northeast. We bring in the wind from a west-northwesterly direction. With that, we've got 9 just here with a mid-Atlantic ridge going up towards Greenland. That allows us to be stuck under trough of low pressure. That's going to be cool and potentially quite wet with winds in from the northeast. 8 including the control and the operational run, just with deep low pressure around the country. 7 in line with what the GFS is doing and building in high pressure around day 10. That's going to be warmer, drier option, of course. And then we've got 4 with low pressure out to our west, high pressure over Scandinavia, and so that will draw up wind quite a warm southerly direction. Most of those options do look a little bit more changeable, I have to say, than the GFS is showing, and probably a little bit cooler as well. Interesting. In 2 weeks' time, these are the options that we've got, and suddenly we see a lot of red appearing, so that's a big change into early October. This gets us to the 2nd of October. 10 members of the ECM ensembles have high pressure in the North Atlantic going up towards Greenland. That's blocking with low pressure over Scandinavia. That's cool and showery. We've got 9 here with low pressure right over top of the country, to be unsettled, of course. But then we've got another 9 with high pressure sort of dominating. That brings lots of dry weather. 8 just here with high pressure just out to our west. Another 8 with high pressure just out to our west. And then 7 with high pressure to our south and also to our east. So quite where we are by the beginning of October really is uncertain, I think. We might go back to high pressure again in early October, but we need to wait and see. CMSB2 findings. There is a 500 millibar high thermometer breaking down into week periods. The first week period will take from the 17th to 23rd of September. The coming week we'll have a mid-Atlantic ridge going up towards Greenland and Iceland, with a trough of low pressure to our east and northeast, and winds will be coming in from a north or northeasterly direction. Won't be overly unsettled, but will be quite cool. Turning unsettled into week 2, it's the 24th to the 30th of September. Low pressure then in off the Atlantic underneath northern blocking, so jet stream going southwards as well. That's probably quite a coolish and unsettled scenario, I would have thought. Week 3 will be the 1st and 7th of October with low pressure south of Greenland and over Northern Europe. Otherwise, I mean, we're probably still bringing some influence from a jet stream there. That could be a little bit showery still. And then into week 4, we revert to a proper zonal flow, which is the 8th to the 14th of October, with high pressure to the south, low pressure to the north, winds in from west or from southwest. That brings the driest, mildest weather to the south, and most unsettled weather will be up in the north. And we're done. So if you enjoyed the video, then please can you like, share and subscribe. Don't forget to tell your friends and family to subscribe as well. And why not drop a comment, let us know what you think about all of our videos. And we thank you so much everybody for doing that. Right, just to tell you what's coming up tomorrow. So it is Sunday, which means it's winter updates day. So we're going to start off 6 AM uploading at 10 AM. We will be releasing the third Winter 2021-2022 update. That will be the final update then until Tuesday. So, final video until Tuesday. So there will not be a live stream tomorrow evening. We will do the live stream for the third Winter update, discussing the third Winter update on Tuesday evening. So I did the live stream last Sunday where we paid tribute to Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth. And it was a lovely, lovely live stream. And I thought that was, a nice one to finish with. A nice live stream to finish with until after the mourning period and whatnot and the funeral. So I did not want to live stream again through this period of mourning up until the funerals. I thought that was a nice one to do. So, no live stream until Tuesday evening. The final thing we're doing on the channel, therefore, will be no uploads on Monday, which is the funeral day. Of course, I did not want to be uploading on Her Majesty's funeral day. So, the final thing we will be releasing on the channel 5 video will be the third Winter 2022-2023 update, which will then sit on the channel on its own as the last upload until we get back with the 6 AM upload on Tuesday. Hope that all makes sense. I hope that's okay with everybody. It has been a very strange time, since Her Majesty passed away. We're nearly at the end of this period now, though, so by the time we get to Tuesday, everything will get back to normal. Right, so I shall see you tomorrow with 6 AM upload and also the third winter update. It's going to be an interesting update, this one. I can promise you that. But for this video, that's all for now. Thanks for watching.